Everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the global listeners. It's a real pleasure to be here. I'm Maia Benzimra. I'm the co-founder of Benzimra & Co. And we are a Web3 native strategy, marketing, and technical consultancy supporting businesses on-chain to build, launch, and scale. This is the second episode of the Founders Ledger, a platform which is basically showing some of the most incredible voices in Web3 who are doing the groundwork, driving professionalism within our industry. We're going to use this space to provide founders with value and advice and knowledge. Today, we have the very impressive Mona, who's a very good friend of mine, someone I respect highly, doing amazing work across the venture capital space. Hi, Mona. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. As Maia mentioned, I'm Mona. I am the head of investments at Tocantins Investment AG, German publicly listed entity looking after all the blockchain related investments. And I'm also a venture partner at Edge Capital, which is a DeFi hedge fund based globally.
Lovely. So I always like to start off with my guests to talk about how we met, the environment in which we met in. As I've said prior on this show, I've got the privilege of having a very strong network. And what I'm so excited about with the Founders Ledger is that we have so many individuals around us with real knowledge and real experience, and these are the people that are doing the real work in the space. So I've been very, very lucky to create this platform. So we obviously met in Dubai. We were introduced through a very lovely group of women who are strong-minded, super professional. And I think what was really nice about that time is that we all came together and were able to really support each other as expats. And you obviously do a lot of work in the UAE, so I'd love to hear a little bit about your experience as an executive there. What drew you towards it? What type of work do you do there?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. I am originally from Germany. I spent quite a lot of time living in London, and I also lived across a few other places around the world. But I chose Dubai as kind of my main base for the past 1.5 years and also going forward because, like you said, Maya, I think there's a really strong atmosphere of very entrepreneurial, very strong women and overall people that are really trying to build something and that are able to do so because Dubai is also very innovative. They're very tech forward. They tend not to put regulations in place that are stifling growth, but are trying to put regulation in place that is actually enabling further innovation, but also consumer protection at the same time. And I think it's one of the few countries that at least I was allowed to live in that actually, has this mindset and the ability to act in such a forward-thinking way and also very fast. And I love that about Dubai. I love that, about meeting people like you and the other ladies and men that, I've got to meet across my time or during my time in Dubai. So it's really, really a very innovative and exciting place to be, given that there are so many people that are just really, really impressive.
Yeah, I've met so many impressive people and have really upped my network and been able to leverage so many amazing opportunities. And it makes you level up as an individual, I think, being there. So I would say if anyone is interested in taking that leap of moving there, whether you're an entrepreneur or your firm is requiring you to be out there, it's definitely a move that I would experiment with as a professional in this industry. I think a lot of people are on the precipice of either setting up a company there or moving out there with their company. Just speaking directly to those individuals, do you have any tips doing business there? Any tips on making friends or what the environment is like? having been somebody that's gone into the space and has been very successful in the UAE?
Yeah, my honest advice would be put yourself out there in the sense of attend events, go to conferences if they're within the industry that you're building in. If you are sporty, go to clubs to meet people. For example, if you love paddle, there's a lot of paddle related activities, but there are running clubs, obviously a lot of classes that you can attend. If you're not so much into sport, there's also a lot of other things that you can go to and just make yourself known. Go and look for the opportunities out there depending on what you enjoy doing, and you'll find that you actually can meet people from all over the world very, very easily, because everyone is like us, right? Everyone, or most people are expats. Most people are there to build something. Most people are there to find new friends, to expand their network professionally and personally. So actually, there's quite a lot of opportunity, but you definitely have to go out and look for it, right? Like we met, at a women's related dinner, and I think we also had a karaoke night as well. And but we chose to go to them, right? And we chose to meet the other women in this space, and therefore build our network. So I think just looking out for those opportunity and actually just going. I know for some people that's very difficult because it requires, jumping a little bit over your shadow if you're maybe not as extroverted, or just like a little bit more conscious of maybe going to a place where you don't know anybody, which I totally understand. But my experience has been really positive, professionally, going to events and conferences, as well as, personally.
Yeah, I feel like the deal flows much faster there. People are more up for doing deals. I find that they're closing a lot faster. And also for me with the UAE, I find that people are just much more keen to help you. I've had a very positive experience with the people that I've met there that genuine and help you get to where you want to be in the place. So I think if anyone's considering it, it's definitely, I mean, I'm sure that they can reach out to either of us and get more advice.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And if you are a startup, there's also a lot of accelerators, a lot of programs that help you have a soft landing in the region, help you navigate cultural aspects, navigate regional, company setups. I work very closely with Hub 71 on the digital assets team there through the program coordinator. And it's been really, really incredible to see how supported the startups are and how they come from all over the world, the United States, from India, from Germany, from you name it, UK, etc. And they come and they really get a lot of support on how to navigate the Middle East in general. And I think that's super valuable. But there's not just Hub 71, there are other programs as well, not just in Abu Dhabi, but also in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, etc. So there's really a lot, if you are interested, to set up your company or get a little bit of support. There are a lot of programs that are very, very helpful and not at all taking a lot of equity or taking away from you, but actually very giving, because there's a big push towards bringing incredible founders and incredible businesses to the region. And I value that highly, because as an investor and as people, who are building businesses ourselves, that I think is very helpful for us as well.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how easy it was for us to set up in the UAE. I think it took us 3 days and we were so supported, and we were able to be so open about our Web3 services, something that is just not doable in the UK. So it was so refreshing, honestly.
And where did you choose? Did you choose Dubai, Abu Dhabi?
We did rack.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.